I've been playing around with Creator Search Insights, and there's a topic that continues to trend up, and the topic is God knows my struggles, so He sent me X, Y, and Z, and people make videos about what God sent them. Now, I want to clarify something. I do not personify God, so I would never refer to God as He. I just want to make sure you know that. But I do think this is a brilliant topic to discuss, because when I was struggling the most, and this was 20 years ago, God sent me something that changed the trajectory of my entire life. And you might be surprised to know what that was. And I suggest you ask for this thing if you're struggling. It's information. That's what God sent me. Now, looking back, I really think that was a test, because what I'm doing now is helping people. And when you're meant to help people, you're tested more so than those who have different purposes. And I feel like I was tested because I could have ignored the information, but I was captivated by it and I used it. Now, this information came to me through self-help books, self-help gurus. Never underestimate the power of a self-help book, because the author of that book has been through some shit, conquered it, and lived to tell about it. Some of the most profound information that God sent me was, the power I had to create a better life for myself using what I already had. That was some powerful information. Nobody ever told me that before. Now, at the time, 20 years ago, I didn't have any money. I didn't have any support. Nobody cheering me on, no cheerleaders. But God sent me information. And suddenly, I realized that I didn't need anything but me. And I took all of my desires right here. Took it right here. You can start with nothing. As long as you can see a better life for yourself, you can create that life that you want. This is all you need. So through this divine information, I increased my emotional intelligence. That's the key to the good life. High emotional intelligence will take you much further than a high IQ, because people who have mastered the art of managing their emotions are in a league of their own. It's hard to do, really hard to do, especially if you were raised in a toxic environment. If you were raised in a toxic environment, then reacting is second nature. Expecting defeat is second nature. Those are bad habits that must be broken. Now, here's the miracle that came through developing a high level of emotional intelligence. I was able to let things go easily, including people. When I lived as an emotional basket case, I held on to anger, envy, and all of those damaging, disease-making emotions with a death grip. I was committed. And the best way I can describe my transformation is this. I still get mad occasionally. I'm human. But I might stay mad for 24 hours. Emotional basket case Paula, well, she would have stayed mad for 24 years and talked about it and relived it every day. Okay? That's what creates a shitty life. So through the information I received from God, I got answers to my prayers, but I had to do the work. If I hadn't done the work, my prayers would not have been answered. Now, there is a big old lesson to be learned here. You can't sit around crying and begging God to help you if you aren't willing to help yourself. When information comes to you, pay attention. If someone gives you great advice, pay attention. If you stumble across something on social media that resonates, pay attention. The information you need to solve your problems might be right in front of your face, like right now. So I'll close on this note. You can listen to my podcast and learn from professionals from all walks of life without spending one penny. Maybe God is trying to tell you something. Pay attention, listen, be open. Stop begging for help. Act on opportunities when they land in your lap. You are always one decision away from changing your life. And that's why you seriously hold all of the power. Don't let your power go to waste. Now, if you want to check out my podcast, all the links are here on my bio and my link tree. It's the Thought Snob Podcast with Paula Swope. It's like one big self-empowerment freaking extravaganza, and it's available on all podcast channels.